Assalamualaikum, nice to see you again here.
With me, Tri Yuli, in my channel. Today we will talk about how and why natural or social phenomenon happen. This is the material for 12th grade in the second semester. Okay, look at this phenomenon. What do you call this? The first picture, this is a social phenomenon. And then in the second picture, it is the natural phenomenon. Good. The first, it is transmigration. And then the second, it is the process of volcanic eruption. What about this? Look at the picture. For the science students, I'm sure you know about it. Second, it is in the social phenomenon. And the third, it is in the natural or science, a natural science phenomenon. The first, good, this is the metamorphosis of rock. And then the second, why corruption happen. And in the third, human digestive system. Okay, let's read together. Can you tell me how human digestive system works? Let's read together. Human body is made up of countless millions of cells. Food is needed to build up new cells and replace the worn-out cells. However, the food that we take must be changed into substances that can be carried in the blood to the places where they are needed. This process is called digestion. The first digestive process takes place in the mouth. The food we eat is broken up into small pieces by the action of teeth, mixed with saliva, a juice secreted by glands in the mouth. Saliva contains digestive juice which moistens the food, so it can be swallowed easily. From the mouth, food passes through the esophagus, or the food passage, into the stomach. Here, the food is mixed with the juices secreted by the cells in the stomach for several hours. Then, the food enters the small intestine. All the time, the muscular walls of the intestine are squeezing, mixing, and moving the food onwards. In the few hours, the food changes into acids. These are soon absorbed by the villi, or microscopic branch projection from the intestine walls, and passes into the bloodstream. Do you understand? Okay, let's check your understanding. Answer the questions. Number 1, what is digestion? Do you remember? Good. Digestion is the process of changing the food into substances that can be carried in the blood to the places where they are needed. Good. And then number 2, why the food in the mouth is mixed with saliva? Do you remember? Good. It is mixed with saliva so that it can be swallowed easily. Number 3, where the food goes from stomach? Okay, good. Yeah, the answer is after from the stomach, the food enters small intestine. Okay, the text, it is called explanation text. Yeah, the purpose of explanation text, an explanation is written to explain how and why something in the world happens. It is about action rather than about thing. Jadi, explanation text berfungsi untuk menjelaskan proses dan penyebab terjadinya suatu peristiwa atau suatu hal secara detail. Sebuah explanation text biasanya berasal dari pertanyaan terkait why dan how terhadap suatu fenomena yang ada. Bisa fenomena sosial atau fenomena alam. Oke. Dapat disimpulkan bahwa tujuan explanation text yaitu untuk menerangkan proses yang terjadi dalam pembentukan sesuatu atau kegiatan yang terkait dengan fenomena-fenomena alam, sosial, ilmu pengetahuan, budaya, dan lainnya yang bertujuan menjelaskan mengapa dan bagaimana hal tersebut bisa terjadi. Nah, structure of explanation text. So the social function of explanation text, an explanation text is used to describe how and why a certain phenomenon happens. The generic structure, it is started with a title that identifies the topic to be explained. And then the second, a general statement. The third, a sequenced explanation or a clear order about how and why. And the last is closing or concluding statement. It is optional. It can be there or not. It's up to you. And the linguistic feature, it focuses on general group rather than specific. And then use linking word in general rather, for instance. Use action verbs like breaks, erupts, etc. And then use present tense. Use passive voice, reference to people should not be given, and then use technical terms and language relevant to the subjects. Ya, jadi banyak istilah-istilah teknis dalam text explanation. Okay, let's continue. Are you here? Good. Struktur explanation text. Ya, diawali dari a general statement. Apa general statement? Yaitu pengenalan suatu peristiwa yang akan kita ceritakan atau penjelasan umum tentang peristiwa tersebut. Dalam general statement berisi tentang penjelasan umum tentang fenomena yang akan dibahas. Bisa berupa pengenalan fenomena tersebut atau penjelasannya. Biasanya bisa diawali dengan definisi, misalnya tadi how the process of digestive system. Bisa diawali dengan definition of digestive system. Bisa juga dengan kalimat-kalimat umum yang berhubungan dengan sistem pencernaan manusia. Selanjutnya adalah sequence explanation, yaitu penjelasan mengapa dan bagaimana peristiwa itu terjadi. Dalam bagian ini, penulis dapat menulis lebih dari satu paragraf. Sequence explanations berisi tentang penjelasan proses, mengapa fenomena tersebut bisa terjadi atau tercipta. Sequence explanation berupa jawaban dari pertanyaan why dan how penulis ketika membuat sebuah explanation text. Sequence explanations bisa terdiri lebih dari satu paragraf. Dan terakhir adalah closing. It is optional. Boleh ada, boleh tidak. Boleh kalian menuliskan closingnya, boleh tidak. Okay. Let's analyze this text. Okay. Nah, earthquake. Nah, perhatikan paragraf pertama. Earthquake. Earthquake, being the most deadly natural hazard, strike without any prior warning, leaving catastrophe in their wake with terrible loss of human lives as well as economic loss. Nah, paragraf pertama kita sebut apa? Very good. It is general statement. Karena ini masih kalimat-kalimat umum. Belum menceritakan atau menjawab pertanyaan why atau how. The second paragraph. What do you call this? Yeah, technically an earthquake, also known as tremor, quake or tumbler, is a kind of vibration through earth crust. This powerful movement triggers a rapid release of energy that creates seismic waves that travel through the earth. Earthquakes are usually brief, but may repeat over a long period of time. Science 2001. Earthquakes are classified as large and small. Large earthquakes usually begin with slight tremor but rapidly take form a violent shock. The vibrations from a large earthquake last for a few days, known as aftershocks. Small earthquakes are usually slight tremors and do not cause much damage. Large earthquakes are known to take down buildings and cause death and injury. According to some statistics, there may be an average of 500,000 earthquakes every year, but only about 100,000 can be felt, and about 100 or so can cause damage each year. Nah, dalam paragraf ini sudah mulai menjelaskan tentang how earthquake happens. Okay, maka ini disebut sequence explanation. Okay, and the last paragraph, earthquakes are dreaded by everyone. Nah, it is called closing. Nah, ketika kalian menulis explanation text, boleh memberi closing, boleh tidak, karena ini adalah optional, pilihan. Okay, now let's continue to the linguistic features of explanation text. Ciri-ciri kebahasaan. Dalam explanation text, biasanya menggunakan adverbia. Misalnya first, then, following, finally, etc. Karena ini adalah sebuah proses, maka biasanya menggunakan langkah-langkah. Okay. Kemudian hubungan sebab akibat. If, then, so, as a consequence, since, due to, because of, etc. Jadi yang menunjukkan sebab akibat. Kemudian menggunakan passive voice seperti dalam tadi pencernaan manusia ada the food is mixed with saliva. Is mixed with saliva. Nah, is mixed adalah passive. Kemudian menggunakan present tense dan technical language. Jadi hanya bahasa-bahasa tertentu yang kita gunakan dalam istilah-istilah yang kita jelaskan itu. Okay, let's analyze the linguistic features of this text. How volcanoes are formed. Nah, ini tentang pembentukan dari gunung berapi. Di sini menggunakan present tense, yaitu dalam kalimat a volcano is a vent or an opening on the earth's surface which allows molten rock called magma, volcanic ash, and gas to escape out onto its surface. Nah, is itu adalah present tense. Kemudian ada juga technical terms, bahasa-bahasa teknik, istilah teknis. Magma, volcanic ash, itu hanya kita temukan saat kita membahas tentang gunung berapi. Kemudian ada juga action verbs. Di sini, there is a crack in the crust of the earth. Kemudian, when the pressure builds up in the chamber. Nah, builds itu adalah action verb. Jadi ada kata kerja. Kemudian ada conjunction di sini. The magma, gases, and ash. Jadi menghubungkan gases and ash. Kemudian ada juga technical language, bahasa teknis. Nah, contohnya, the red hot magma that escapes to flow over the earth's surface is called lava, which when cools forms into rocks. Nah, this is how volcanoes are formed. Nah, jadi ketika kita menulis explanation text itu menggunakan bahasa present tense, kemudian istilah teknis, kemudian ada action verbs atau kata kerja yang melakukan sesuatu, ada conjunction, technical language, jangan lupa passive voice, kalimat pasif seperti tadi di contoh human digestive system. Okay, now I'm sure you are familiar with this picture. Now, what is this picture? Good, this is the water cycle. Now take a look at the following cycle. Lihat di siklus di bawah ini. Then make an explanation text based on the cycle. Don't forget to start with general statement, sequence explanation, and closing. And don't forget to use the language features. Use present tense, and then passive voice, action verb, and then technical terms. I hope this video is beneficial for you. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to obey the health protocol wherever you are. Number 1, wash your hands with soaps. Number 2, wear a mask. And number 3, keep social distancing. Thank you for your attention and goodbye. Have a nice day.